everybody, and welcome back to This Week in Dioramas. I am your host, TechChucker. If you aren't familiar with how this show operates, every week I go through Instagram looking for the coolest looking dioramas, and I showcase them right here on the show. Now, if you'd like to be showcased in a future episode, all you need to do is upload your diorama pictures to Instagram and tag them with the hashtag Thisweekindioramas. We've got an awesome lineup of dioramas to showcase for you this week. No real announcements or any of that stuff other than I did well enough on my finals. I had to make some concessions and some decisions based on my time, and I definitely didn't get the A. I don't know what I got, but I did not get the A in those classes, but I'm still satisfied with it, and I'm happy it's done. But enough about that. Let's jump right on into the showcase. All right, let's get this show started, but before we do, let's do something fun in the comments below. Post slurp slurp in the comments below. We'll see if anybody gets super confused or creeped out by that. But let's jump right on into this showcase. We've got a lot of amazing dioramas. If my computer will actually load, that would be awesome. Starting off with Kirkin Rising. Again, a Popeye display that is just so sick. I love the way that this turned out. I am completely disgustipated. Why, that's a real shame, I tells ya. I don't actually have a good Popeye voice, but whatever. We're having some fun with it. This dio looks awesome. I love the rope that you've got here. It really actually looks like real rope because it is a real rope. What really draws my eye is this door and all of these nail holes. Those look awesome. It turned out so well, and it's so cool to see. The attention to detail is awesome. I love all of the paint weathering that you did around the bottom here where the kick plate is. How many people would have gone in, kicked their feet, whatever on that over the years. Just an awesome diorama. I love the shots that you've got here, especially the fact that his hat is laying there. I know that we talk about dioramas on the show, but I also love the photography aspect of these things because that's part of why some of us are making these dioramas, so that we can take some really cool pics. And you've done a great job with this. It's just all in all, this diorama looks awesome. I really dig it, so great job. Next up, coming from Hobbies Room 99, this is for sale. It's diorama 1/18 scale, one set, DM them for the price, worldwide shipping. That's assuming it's still available. I'm not certain. This thing looks awesome, and it looks to be a set of pieces, so I think these come apart. I think. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. I see a big seam that goes through the middle. Let me see. It is one set, so it's two pieces. That's awesome. Paintwork on here is superb. You've done an amazing job with it. The sculpting on here with the work that you've done up on the top edges to get that all crumbly looking, and then all of the debris, everything just looks on point. I am digging this thing a lot, so great job. Next, coming from Tom Caraval, this is, oh shoot, I don't know what, it's different language every time. You know what, I should have my Instagram app open on my phone. One of these days I will learn and do that. Yes, I am stalling for time so that I can actually do that for you guys here. Okay, so translation. No, it's not giving me the translation. What? What is going on? All right, well, we're just going to continue on with the diorama because we can talk about what it looks like, and it looks awesome. I love the way that this stucco wall looks. I love seeing the brick underneath. It almost looks like you cut those individually and placed them. I could be wrong. I usually am wrong. Just really digging on the colors that you used, the weathering throughout, the pipes and all of that. All of this is just looking so cool. I was gonna say good and cool at the same time. The blood splatter, all of that. This really looks like somebody's been butchered, and it just It's gruesome, it's nasty, and it works really well. And look at that, even the attention to detail to show the blood is starting to drain into the drain there. Awesome job, so much detail in this, so great job. Next, coming from Haddonfield 1967, Salem's Lot scratch built Marston House diorama, and this thing looks so real. I mean, my gosh, the grass, the vines growing up along the foundation of the building itself is so crisp, so clean. The paintwork looks so good. I mean, just look at that. This reminds me of my grandma's house. This is very similar to what her house looked like. She didn't have the nice porch stoop, but the rest of it, you know, kind of that dirty, grimy, it's never been washed sort of a look. Just really looks good. I love the stone foundation, and then the storm cellar doors. That is a nice touch. It just looks so realistic. And then you took this out, you got the little background of the real trees, and look at that, even a little TV antenna on the top. I didn't notice that till just now. That is a great extra detail. Look at that. The can next to it to see the scale. This is superbly done. Awesome job. Next up, coming from MT Dio Art. Hey friends, finally the time has come and I can introduce you to my Turtles diorama. Not quite finished yet, but holy crap, this is sick. I love it. It is so big and so cool, and it just brings back the feels of the cartoon that I just love. I still need to work out my display for my cartoon cartoon turtles. I'm always jealous of all you guys when you actually get your stuff pretty much done and you can display it. This is so cool. I love the fact that you've got the upper portion and the sewer portion, brings it all together. You can have cool little scenes displayed, and it is so epic and cool. So awesome job. Next, coming from Bambino Dioramas, we're moving away from the green and we're using some pinks and magenta and brown, and I dig it. I love the lava effect that you've got, kind of splitter splattering. We're using that word. Why the heck not? Around the edge here, these little tusk-like things. This is so Snake Mountain. Must be Motu is my Masters of the Universe. But check out that door. That is sick. I love the little iron grid that you've got. And then this wolf's head. Where did you get that? Did you carve that? Did you print it? What? Where did that come from? I want to know, because I love it. It adds so much to the look of this thing. You throw in the actual figures and this is just gonna be so sick. So awesome job. Next, coming from Tom's Dioramas, simple little back alley dio. Simple, but still really cool. Honestly, with the graffiti and all that, it's a little less simple than what I consider simple, but we all have our different definitions. This thing is looking awesome. I love the paintwork. I love the mortar that you've got in the bricks. It looks so good. The weathering, again, the graffiti, everything about this thing looks cool. And look at the little details. You got a little cigarette butts strewn throughout. That is awesome. I love it. I love it to death. This pipe with the little crank thing on there, that looks awesome. Everything, so good, so good. Awesome job. Next, coming from Star Marvel 76, this one is unique. I really dig the way that you did this base, where you've twisted the thing and it just works so well. This is a Venom diorama 1/12 scale, first time ever using an airbrush. He and I chatted a little bit on the Diorama HQ about different airbrushes, and I got an airbrush. I got it almost a month ago. I've used it once to just test it out, and I haven't had time to do anything with it. I have some plans to use it, but great job with the first time using an airbrush. Love this base. It's so cool. I love that idea. I want to try it. I got to figure out what I would try it with. Maybe my Miles Morales from the Spider-Verse. This would work great for a standalone for him as well. But really nice job on this. Next, coming from Kaio Dioramas, 1 year ago, Captain Harlock diorama. I don't know what Captain Harlock is, if that's... I don't know. I don't know anything. We'll just leave it at that. I don't know anything. My wife might agree with that. Probably not. No, hopefully she wouldn't. This thing looks awesome. You've got blast effects, you've got like smoke, steam effects, and then all the lighting on this thing, whatever it is. And there's just so much going on with this piece. It is so fun. Oh, why won't that display? What is going on with my computer? Come on, computer. Computer? I said that weird. Come on, pewter. But look at this. This is sick. The paintwork on here. Look at the weathering on that. So subtle, but so effective and so good. It almost has a cartoon look, but then, this is sick. This is like a ship, some sort of pirate ship or something. I really have no idea what I'm looking at, but I love it. It's an awesome job. Next, coming from Schizo Customs, and this piece is amazing. You did a great job. It's the Escape. Ready? Go. Okay, so I don't have the audio on usually. There's issues with either music or whatever, so go check out Schizo Customs what do you call it, profile, so that you can listen to the audio. That's part of the issue. The deal here is I'm showcasing, but I'm not necessarily trying to give everything away. So go check out all of these people on Instagram, give them likes and love and whatnot. But this is just a sick looking diorama. It is so awesome. Great for different pictures. Imagine if you could create like 10 or 15 of these, create a little city street kind of community neighborhood, take some shots. But this is so good. I love the paintwork. I love this ductwork. Everything is just looking so good. Next up, coming from Modelismo Fantasy, this is a Mausoleum Episode 2 painting. So they have a complete video tutorial on their channel, so check out the link in their bio for the link to their YouTube, and you can find out how they are doing this work. The sculpt work on this, the architectural aspect of this is looking awesome. I love the way that this came out, especially these shingles. Yeah, they're shingles. They're shingles. Just go with that, dude. Just go with that. It is turning out very, very nicely. So again, make sure you go check out their YouTube because this is really, really cool looking. Next, coming from Rhino Dioramas, check them out on rhinodioramas.com. They do 3D printed items, they do dioramas, of course, and their work is always so nice. I'm always impressed with the paint work. You always do such really nice weathering on your paint, and this looks awesome. I don't know what that's supposed to say, like days, I think? I'm not sure. So this is a 1/6 scale alley diorama. A lot of the dios that they work in is 1/6 scale for like hot toys and whatnot. This is just a very nice display. Great for being able to display one, maybe two figures if you're, if you're making a nice pose with them, but very nicely done. I love the mortar, the fact that some of it's there, some of it's not, so it definitely has that aged look to it, and this garage door looks sick. I love the paint on there. Very, very nicely done. Next, coming from CB Make, Desert Vault Dio that I've had in the works for a long time. Okay, Fallout. Okay, so this is Fallout. I don't know anything about Fallout. I think that's a video game. I'm just so out of touch with so many things. This thing looks awesome. I love the way that this door looks. It looks perfect. Did you 3D print this? Or how? Let us know in the comments how you came about this door, because it looks sick. I love the little control panel there with the, looks to be almost glowing, the control actual panel, the LED. This just looks awesome. I love the paint apps on here. It's weathered so nicely. You look a little closer at this grate for the entrance, and you see some very nice paint details on here. Even on this little pipe-like thing, very nice attention to detail. I am digging this a lot, so very nice job. Next, coming from High School Creations, another build that they're gonna regret letting go of. That's my issue is I make things and then I just can't let them go, like my Secret Stash or my Brownstone or pretty much anything, although I was able to let go of my Toys R Us Dio, but that was even hard to do. Getting near to complete, packing it up soon. It's a Hollywood video. There's a couple of storefronts on this piece. We don't get anything, you know, kind of zoomed out to see it a little bit more, but go check out their profile because they do a lot of really cool stuff. I really like the cleanliness of this doorway and the structures that you've got here. It's just very perfectly done, so awesome job. This one's coming from Sama Dioramas, and we are definitely not going to be able to get through this entire video, but this is it says Masterpiece Transformers, so let's play the video, get through this a little bit. I might have to speed it up while I've been talking, but there is a lot going on with this piece. I love the way that this looks. The paint apps on here are so nice. Look at that weathering on that wall. It just looks cool. I'm hoping, yeah, there's a little bit more of a wider shot. You can see a street. That street looks awesome with all the cracks and whatnot. He's got his windows nicely kind of I don't know what you would say, but it's just a really cool looking piece. Let's skip through. Again, this is another one. Go to their profile, watch the video. I don't know if there's sound with it, but just so cool. This is an epically sized piece that you could do some really cool stuff with for pictures and what have you. So awesome job. Next, from Bugle Studios, a small respite separated from the sisters of unwilting windflower. Wolfram, Longfoot, and Bramblethorn. Stop the urge. Is this? It feels like it's Lord of the Rings. It's Dungeons and Dragons, I think. I was way off. Samsonite. This is really cool looking. I like all of the foliage that you've got here. The sculpt work with the stones and what have you is looking very nice. The picture is really cool too. I like the fact that you've got some of it kind of coming in from the edge here. So you're kind of like, okay, what's coming in? But it frames it in very nicely. So very nice looking diorama. Next, coming from Nathan's Diorama Customs. This is an Elm Street Dio, and we've got several different houses put together, which is kind of a cool idea. I always like to be able to see when people can put their works together, and these are just a bunch of different house facades, which is cool to see. Different styles, different paint apps and what have you, so very nicely done. Next, coming from Sage JDG, this is a fantasy medieval style build, still available. Might not still be available now because I'm a little behind on everything, but let's see. Okay, so the NECA Kratos and Mythic Legions are shown for scale. $200 shipped in the US. This is super cool looking. I love the paint. If you're looking closely at this, you're going to see some amazing paint apps because it's subtle, but it is so effective. You can see the little variances of the color throughout here, which is what you would really get from real concrete and real stone. I just love his paint apps. They're, like I said, subtle, but it does so much for the realism of these pieces. And look at that, you've got some reddish tones that are in there that gives you kind of that feel of there's maybe been some corrosion, and it just looks awesome. I love it. Even when a piece is nearly one color, it's still, he just brings it out. And I love this pillar in the middle. It looks so good with the little accent pieces here. It's kind of like a bronzish almost. Just so well done. His work is always so professional. So hit him up if this is something that you want. Next, coming from Creative Rich 77, added decals to the walls, cables to the junction, blah 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 blah. What he's saying is he added details, and you can see right here you've got some conduit going up to the garage door roll up. You've got it right here as well to the switch, some little signs, something that you might consider doing for the signs. So you've done some really nice weathering with your bricks. These signs look a little new. Now, maybe they went through a renovation. What you could do is two things. One, now that you've already got them on the walls, you could water down some paint, some brown paint, like very, very watered down, and you could just kind of drip that on, or brush that onto these and then wipe it off, and that'll give it a little bit of a weathered kind of dirty look. The other thing that you could do before you even put these on the walls is take your printouts, just your print it off if you're using regular printer paper or whatever. Put it in a cookie sheet that has the lips. Maybe I'll do a video on this, and get some tea, like Lipton tea or whatever, and brew that. Just, it doesn't have to be hot brew or anything, but pour that on so that you're pouring brownish water, and then put that in the oven for, I don't know, I forget how many minutes. It's not super long, but you're basically baking it with that, and it browns that paper so nicely so that then it looks so old. I'm not describing it as well as I probably should, but that is something that I would consider when you're doing a kind of a nicely weathered diorama like this. Then your signs stand out a little too much to take away from that. And this is not a criticism. Don't take it as a criticism whatsoever. Just a tip. Now this guy, because he's putting something up, it appears that one could be new. That's fine. Anyway, just an idea. So I really like the architecture that you've got on this. Sorry, I'm bouncing around on the pictures because I want to get back to this. That door looks awesome. Your paintwork looks so good. I love the floor, all of that. So very nicely done. Next, coming from Plastic Gimmick, this is Superman and Batman. Martha, never say that name. Why did you say that name? Very cool looking piece. I love the damage, all of the debris here. This little hole that you've got into the wall looks awesome. You did a great job knocking that down. So awesome job. Next, we've got another custom switch holder from Labod 2. Sorry, I'm saying it wrong. It's probably Labod K2. I don't know. I'm sorry. Let me just have a drink of coffee, because that's gonna help me. We've got a Bowser Mario Kart 8 display piece, and this is super cool. I love the fact that there's like a little hole that he's bursting through. That is a nice effect, and these little banners there look awesome. And what a great way to be able to, display and store your gaming device. I mean, that's just a great idea. I love it. We showcased one of theirs, another one of these from last week. This one is just as good, just as fun. If I had a Nintendo Switch, this would be a great thing to have to be able to display. If you can make these and sell them, that you could make some pretty good money, because a lot of people would love to have a piece like this. This one's coming from Figure Forum, Snake Eyes. Only one pick. I'm sure if I went to your profile, we'd see more pictures of this diorama, I would hope. So folks, go check it out. This diorama piece looks awesome. I love the yellow. It's a different color than what we usually see for dioramas, and sometimes that is so fun to see, is the uniqueness, the things that are going to make it stand out. Love these windows. They've got some whatever you did to give those little splotches so that light comes through in different ways. That's a nice effect. That is attention to detail. I love the fact that you've got some brick that isn't painted showing through. You just painted your brick yellow, and then you've got some of it poking out, which is a nice touch. Really digging on this piece. This one really caught my eye. This is from Oak Hill Studios. Finished their entry into the Encounter Terrain Diorama competition for the month of April. I have no idea what that is. I'll have to go check it out. Let's see. Theme Backup Plan. This piece is so cool. It's so unique. I absolutely love it. When I first looked at a glance, I'm like, what the heck is that? And then looking at it closer into the other pictures, and holy crap, this thing is sick. I love it. I love the fact with the bluish light, you can see the earth and some sort of asteroid going to Earth. Obviously, backup plan. These folks are living on the moon, little rocket ship or whatever. This is a fun idea. It's tiny. I don't know what scale this is. It's only 13 inches tall. It looks taller, but this is so good. I love it. The terrain that you've got here with the picture, the lighting. I mean, you've just done a great job with this piece. And again, I go back to the uniqueness of this. It is sick. So good luck with the competition. I hope, I mean, I haven't seen the other entries, but I hope you win. This is just so unique. Next, coming from Little Wep, this is 1/12 scale potato chip bags. It's been a little while since I've just showcased any accessories, but these are so fun. I really like these little chip bags that you've made. I would love to know how you made these. If you have a YouTube video or any kind of instruction video on how you made these, I would love to know, because these look so realistic and they actually look like they're made out of plastic. So like the actual plastic material that bags are made out of. So I would love to know a little bit more about how you made those. Next, coming from Valhalla Dioramas, a warehouse dio, and this thing is sick. The paint apps are amazing. I mean, you've done such a great job with this. So many details. I love the boarded up windows over here. This little street lamp to give it that nice yellowish glow. And then you get a nice little bluish light over here to contrast. But the paint apps are what are just drawing my eye to this piece. There's weathering all over. There's different textures. There's different paint colors and styles. And this brick looks spectacular. I love that word, spectacular. I use it a lot. This is just an excellent piece. And then you've got on the outside of it as well, you've got more coming from the outside. This is just so sick. We've got Heath Ledger, his Joker. I imagine you must have painted that on. Wow, the skill set. The talent. Oh, you have nailed it. I mean, I'm just gonna gush about this because it is so well done. Amazing. Next up is a Godzilla piece, and I really like these pieces. Godzilla is something, I actually just watched the 2014 Godzilla movie the other day. I always just like coming back, reminiscing, and enjoying it. I just wish I liked the NECA Godzilla figures a little bit more. Their articulation just isn't as good as I would like, but I'm rambling on. So let's see. Been wanting to get back into it since the little guy was born, so congratulations on the new addition to the family. I love these dioramas. It's just so cool to see the explosion effect you've got here. Perfect. Only thing I would recommend for the picture's sake is if you could illuminate the fire coming from his mouth. That would really add to it, because this is probably going to be where it's going to be somewhat the most intense, and it just kind of, you don't see it. So it would be cool also if you could get a little bit more light shining on him from here. So if you could get a light from up here or whatever, that's going to shine yellowish orange onto his chest. That'll just bring home that effect, but that has nothing to do with the diorama really. I love these diorama pieces, and I'm just wondering what you used to make these buildings. It's some sort of a grid, and because of the size, I wonder if there's a plastic grid-like material that you can get at Hobby Lobby and Joann Fabric or whatever. That might be it, and you're just using that to build your buildings. I love all the smoke effects throughout, so awesome job. Really digging on this piece. Next, coming from Hepburnicus, and he did some paint apps on this piece, and it is so good. The talent, I mean, just look at I want to say nastiness. It's all just old and weathered and graffitied, and it just looks so cool. I love this piece. It is chock full of detail. I love the railing that you've got along the bridge. Just so much cool stuff going on with this piece. Digging it a lot. Next, coming from Fernando Rojas, this is another one of those entry pieces or entryways. Talent galore. I love the way that this door looks. Paint apps look awesome. I love the attention to detail with the wiring going throughout. It's just an amazing looking piece, so awesome job. And then last but not least, coming from the Shadow Gallery 718 out of Williamsburg, Brooklyn, New York City, from hell, my latest diorama of Jack the Ripper. Wow, this piece is awesome. Great pictures. I love that little smoke effect. Is that from my, what is it, the vape deal or whatever? Looks awesome. I think you did a great job on this piece. I love the little cobblestone pathway. It just looks so good. Look at that. Love it. Love the architecture that you did with this piece. It looks so good. Love the fact that you got a little sign on the front to let people know what it is. Very, very nicely done. Thank you very much for sharing this. Thank you to everybody for sharing your work. Great job. Oh, it splashed back. The coffee splashed back on my face. What is that all about? There's a tiny hole. It splashed through the hole. Anyway, we're off topic. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode as much as I did. Jeez, it's still dripping on my face. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode as much as I did. I apologize as always for the inconsistency in the episode schedule. I had this nice little graphic that I had created. I was gonna have, every episode once a week and then take a week off, and all of that just got blown out of the water. So I hope you guys can be flexible with me, and we'll just see how it goes. This next semester, my summer semester, is gonna be it's gonna be a beast. It's 1 month to get an entire semester of classes done, so it's gonna be crazy. I don't know what June is gonna be like, but whatever. We'll deal with it as we deal with it. We're gonna wing it. Thank you to everybody who has been participating using that hashtag #ThisweekInDioramas on Instagram. That's the best way to try and get onto the show. Even if you don't make it on the show, that hashtag is a great place to be able to go and see all of the amazing dioramas that are out there. People are using it on a daily basis. We're up around 13,000 posts already that are using that hashtag. So thank you to everybody. And you know what? Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe. Jeez, I'm frazzled from having my coffee splash on my face. Anyway, we're just gonna end this. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, all that crap. Share the video out with somebody that doesn't know about the show yet. And I'll see ya when I see ya. Stupid coffee.